Happy daylight savings time, you fine young cannibals. You know, if we all just decided we weren't going to do it, we wouldn't have to. Like, what are they going to do? Arrest everybody? Just like, we all need to get together and just like, nope, this is it. Last one. We're done. So it's Sunday, the 5th, 6th. I don't remember. We're at 61 degrees, and it is an hour earlier than that. Which one of these is it? That. So we want about 10:45. That's pretty close. 61 degrees, and we did turn the heat down the other day. Stayed out, played some guitar for a while, busted out my little... So I've got a bass pedal board. I've got an acoustic pedal board. That's that one. And an electric guitar pedal board. And I kind of swap things in and out a bit. I might actually swap out the acoustic pedal board for the electric one. Put these pedals on that one and vice versa. Because the acoustic one, I've got that AG Stomp and vocal harmonizer. That's what's on there. But I've got a nice little tremolo, a trem pedal I'd like to put on here, and an extra boost pedal. We'll see. I want to talk about pedals for a minute. Because some of these, like this little Donner chromatic tuner here, that's like $15. I don't know. This Barber compressor, that was very expensive. I bought it used for like $150. This Nady TA40 is a tube amp simulator, and this Digitech Bad Monkey little tube overdrive. Now, I'm going to bet nobody watching, even if you know pedals, knows much about this one. I have a couple of Nadys. The other one's pink, and I think it's just an overdrive. Anyway, very inexpensive pedal. Same with that Bad Monkey. I bought that Bad Monkey new. And it was when I was working at a music shop, and I think I paid, I don't know, $40-50 for it. I think they were selling for $69.95 at the time. Not an expensive pedal. They were this little range Digitech put together. There were 4 or 5 pedals, and that was the one that I liked the most. And I bring this up because if you go to buy a Bad Monkey now, remember how we talked about Yamaha stuff doesn't really depreciate, which is good and bad? Well, there's a theory, and we'll get to this in a second. But if you go to buy a Bad Monkey now, you're probably looking at spending about 4 times what I did. Minimum. Theory being, there's this guy on YouTube. I don't watch his videos. I think he's obnoxious. So I don't watch him. Information, good, bad, or otherwise, if the delivery system is annoying, I don't care. So anyway, I was watching this guy, and he just reviews pedals. That's all he does. I think he's got his own line, maybe. I honestly don't know or don't care. But it seems to be, from what I have gleaned from people talking about guitar pedals, is every time he reviews a pedal, the price shoots way up. Now, that's garbage. That is not how anything should work. I think it's ridiculous. Number one, that it happens at all. Number two, from what I could tell, the dude just, he turns the knobs, he pushes the button, he makes the noises. That's all he does. He's not doing anything really. It's like that Linus Tech Tips guy and his screwdriver. I don't think I have it out here. I don't think I do. I probably don't. So he's got his own fancy schmancy brand of screwdriver, and everybody's just, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. Never before has there been a screwdriver like this. Except the company that built it for him has a range of like 12 screwdrivers that are basically all the same thing. They don't say LTT on them, and they're $30 cheaper. The bits are all interchangeable. Like, I've got one. You've probably seen it in this video. It's blue and yellow. Bottom pops out. It's that. That's his screwdriver. It's made by those same people. His has the ratchet. There's ratchet. His has different bits. So you get the one with the other bits that doesn't say LTT on it. It's ridiculous. I understand that's marketing. I understand that's commercialism. It's ridiculous. Putting someone's name on a thing does not make it better. But if you buy it because it's got someone's name on a thing, you are gullible. Realizing I've said that about that guitar in the last video, the Tie Tabber, I would buy it because I know it's a nice guitar. I don't care if it's got his name on it. If there was an RGX whatever that was spec-wise really close, I would buy that over the one with his name on it. But there's not. Speaking of, let's look at bass guitars. This is an RBX A2. I had a RGX A2, which is an electric guitar version of this, that was stolen. Only time I've ever had a guitar stolen, and it was a bummer. So I bought this back before my first back surgery, and I did it because the bass I was using before that, in that box we'll talk about, weighs about 18 pounds. It's very heavy. This one comes in at about 8. And it comes in at about 8 because it's a special design thing. What Yamaha did with these A2s is, instead of being all hard solid wood all the way through, it's a lighter wood on the inside, poplar or something, I don't know. And then it's sandwiched between two pieces of hardwood and has like posts helping transfer the vibration, the solidity, the tone of the guitar. And it makes it really light. And it is. This is very, very light. Like I said, I think it's about 8 pounds. You see it's got a battery. This is not an active guitar. These are passive pickups. And I will explain the battery here in a minute. Very sleek, kind of futuristic-y design. Things I like, things I don't like. I think it sounds great. I really like these pickups. The guitar had like some weird P90 kind of thing on them. Also sounded really nice. The knobs are really nice and recessed. Turn real nice and smooth. Got volume, tone on this one. Very nice, very nice. The bridge is a little weird. It takes a little getting used to because unlike other bridges, like that one or any of the others that we've looked at, they sit a little proud of the strings. This one, the string is actually the highest part. So if you're trying to do some like palm muting, you have to be very aware of where you're at, or you're just going to slide right off the end. But it's very comfortable. It's very comfortable. Guitar had the same style bridge. It's very nice. So up at the top, this is plastic. This is the wood, the gray part. Makes restringing it a little complicated. Not terribly, but you have a lot less room on your B string. This is obviously the 5-string version because I wanted a 5-string. Good tuners. I don't like the back being finished like this. I'd rather have just a plain wood back like on that guitar or most of my others, but that's what you got. That's an RBX 5 A2. RBX, it means bass. RGX means guitar. 5 is the number of strings, and then A2 is the model. Now, I'm just going to come over here and grab this. I'm going to plug this in, and it lights up. This is something the guitar does. This is something the bass does, obviously. When you turn off the pickup, the light goes off. And the more pickup you have, the brighter the light. It's a silly little thing. I kind of like it. This also comes in black. And black is red and blue, I think, not green and blue. The tone doesn't get one. On the guitar, if I remember right, the volume and tone don't light up, but there's a selector switch, and it lights up. It's either green, green and blue, or blue, depending on what pickups you have. It's kind of fun. I like playing this. I put some strings on this. I don't remember what they are a few months ago, and I don't like them. I wish I could remember what they were. All of the balls in there. Oh yeah, through body, which is kind of nice. Are brass, so I really have no clue. If they were multicolored, I could narrow it down that way. Yeah, I don't know. Really, really nice guitar though. Really enjoy playing it. We're gonna let's look at the old bass first. Come back to you in a minute. This is my oldest bass. And I got a story about this one. Of course I do. So this is an Austin cheapy little jobber brand I ordered from St. Louis Music before they were Loud Tech. I don't even know what they are anymore. And it's just your basic jazz bass. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy. Oh God. There's your model serial number. And I bought this one because I needed a bass. Because I just started playing bass with a band. And they were closing these out. I think I paid like $80 for this. And it is, God, it's just so heavy. It is literally 15, 16 pounds. It's twice the weight of that. I believe it's an ash body. Not alder. I think it's ash. And it's very heavy. It is very heavy. I liked it so much I bought 2 of them. The other one was blue. I ended up not playing the blue one as much for whatever reason. I think it's just because the finish. I really like a natural finish. So I sold it. But I've done a lot of weird things with this. At the time, I was listening to a lot of Mr. Big, Billy Sheehan, and I thought, oh, I love how he's got 2 amps set up. If you don't know, Billy, he's got 2 outputs on his bass, a Yamaha. And one is neck pickup, one is bridge pickup. When he runs the neck pickup to his amp, he cuts all the high end out of it. When he runs his bridge pickup to a second amp, he cuts all the low out of it. So he can really dial in low and high. Some other people do that. Doug Pinnick, King's X, Pound Hound, stuff like that. He has a similar kind of thing he uses a pedal to do it. And I need to get one because I've heard it's awesome. So I did that, which meant I was hauling around that. And I had this little, like, 50-pound 112 that I stacked on top of it. But then I had to have a rack, so I had, like, one of those. And it had splitters, and it had a tuner, and it had all this other stuff in it. Now, keep in mind, this is before my back got fixed for the first problem. So I had a 15-pound bass. I'm carrying a 50-pound amp. I'm wheeling this thing around, which is not light. And then I've got a whole other rack, and I just was doing myself no favors. Absolutely terrible. And so I decided I wanted to change the pickups out for the stock ones. The stock ones are fine, but I got some Kent Armstrongs. I really like their pickups. I think they're vastly underappreciated. But when I did that, I thought, well, here's something neat I could do. So I put in a selector switch. So instead of volume, volume, tone out, we have volume, tone. No, excuse me. We have volume, volume, and then I can have one, both, or that one, just with the switch. And then an output. That's all I did. And I still really love playing this guitar. I think it sounds great. It's got a super comfortable neck. I just wish it didn't, weigh so damn much. But yeah, if you ever come across any Austin guitars, I've owned 4, and they've all been great. All been absolutely great. Had a classical electric Austin that I loved, but I sold it because someone else really needed one and I didn't really need one. So, and then that other bass, the blue bass. Okay, current bass. This is the one that gets used all the time now. I mentioned I put some flat wound strings on it. That's this guy. Let's get him up here on the table. I'll talk about cases for a minute before we get to this bass. I got a lot of hard cases. I use those for storage more than I do transportation. Transportation, I'll take a gig bag because a gig bag is easier to manage. I can throw it on my bag like a backpack. It's got handles on it. It's got extra pockets where I can cram stuff in. If I'm going to a gig, it comes in a gig bag. If I'm storing it around the shop, it stays in the case. Okay? Okay. So this is new bass. This is a Yamaha Broad Bass. I don't remember the exact number. It is a BB 435. It's this on that sticker right there. Made in Indonesia. 5-piece neck. I don't remember what they call this color. It's teal something. Kind of an off-white, creamy color pickguard. Obviously 5-string. They extend this saddle out just a little bit. Makes it a little more musical. PJ setup means precision bass, jazz bass. Volume, volume, tone. Outputs over there. Interesting thing about these, the newer versions, is most basses you may have seen on those other two and that guitar, just about all the others that are bolt-on, have 4 bolts. They hold the neck to the body. These, they have 2 more, and this is a Billy Sheehan thing, I think. They countersink this way. So these squeeze the neck and the body together. These pull the neck into the body that way. Makes it more sturdy, makes it more rigid, helps with transfer of vibration a little better. Do I know what any of that means for sure? No. I just play the damn guitar because it sounds good. Can string through the back here or through the back down there. And so I currently have these strung. These are some DR Legend flat wounds. And I just love it. I love this bass. I love playing this bass. We might play some bass today. Oh no. Oh, phew. Thought we had an issue there. Not as heavy as the Austin, but not as light as the RBX. I've always liked the broad bass. I've liked the look. I like the feel and the design of them. So that's what I bought. I've been in the market for a fretless. Was going to get a fretless broad bass. This guy cost me just shy of $500. 5-string fretless version, or even a 4-string fretless version, was like another $200 or $300, depending on model and feature and all that. So, did not do that. But special bonus news alert, I guess. There is a fretless bass on the way. I told you I'd tell you the story about how I accidentally bought one. When it gets here, I will tell you that story. Because it's how I've bought a couple things on accident. That's what I tell myself. Anyway. So 4-string bass, 5-string bass, 5-string bass, fretless bass is on the way. That is all the basses. Well, no, that's not true. I lied. Because we have this guy, which this was a mistake. I knew it was going to be a mistake. I shouldn't have bought it. I'm going to try and sell it. This is an Applause acoustic bass. And there was talk about getting like a little jam session thing kind of set up. And they wanted a bass player. So I said, yeah, I can do that. So I talked to the dude. And he said, we're thinking of just doing mostly acoustic-y stuff. I said, well, I can bring a bass. And he said, do you have an acoustic bass? I said, no, but I'll get one. I can get one. Full of crap. So I found this one. I ordered it. The pickup is fried. That's why there's holes in it. It's got some dings, some chips. So, you know, like, I'm not terribly concerned about that. What I hate about all applauses and ovations is this back. Right? It's a composite material. Their necks are usually aluminum, or I think it's just aluminum. This one is not. I don't even think it's aluminum under the fake wood finish. A lot of them are. But what I hate about this is the shape, because it does that. Every applause ovation guitar I've had on a strap sitting down does that. It's slick, and because it's slick and round, it rolls, which means it's a pain in the ass to hold on to. It plays fine. It sounds fine. It is just not something I enjoy playing. Headstock's all dinged up. So if I sell any of them, it's going to be this one. In fact, I'm pretty sure I will be selling that one. I think that's just the smart thing to do. I'm not going to use it if it ends up being that jam thing ever really gets put together. Because there was some issue with the guy who had the space that they wanted to have it in. I'll grab that, and I'll grab like a little tiny amp like that, and it'll be just fine. So that's what I know about that today, ladies and gentlemen. Whence next we talk guitars, the new fretless should be here. And maybe we'll pull out some acoustics. Because I know we've looked at the old Yamaha and the gig bag and the Ibanez in that case. There's another Yamaha in the house. There's two Yamahas in the house. And there's an Angel Lopez Classical. And what else? There's the Tercer electric and another Yamaha electric in the house. I've got a lot of guitars. It's a problem. I'm a drinking man with a guitar problem.